What are you thinking about? How does it make you feel? What are you going to do to change it? You want to hear the voice of God? Slow your breaths to 1 to 2 breaths per minute. Someone willing to sacrifice themselves to save another person is a unique being. And if you're not that, try to become that. I don't know how many hundreds of hours of Tony Robbins condensed into one 3-rule activity that you can do. This is one action that you can take. It has 3 parts. It's a recipe. 1, what are you thinking about right now? 2, how does that make you feel? 3, what are you going to do about it to change it? Go listen to music. Go exercise. Just sit and breathe deeply. You know, they say if you can slow your breaths to 1 to 2 breaths per minute, you'll hear the voice of God. That's not that hard. Hey guys, this is John in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update for Wednesday, May 23rd, 2024. And I do have some art for you to show you guys that I did last night. This is Summer. She's the sort of love interest for our comic book, Modern Savages. And, you know, I didn't have to actually use any photo reference or anything for this, just freehand out of my head. I still have to light it and render it. And honestly, that's where my big hang-up comes. It's easy to render from photo reference. It's hard to light and render from my own mind. So that's where, and because I spent so long focused on animation and making gesture drawings that look like characters are alive and in movement, that I never studied comic book rendering, and so now I need to spend some time doing that. Yeah, you have to use an entirely different style of shading for cartoons, and that's why you can always tell when you're a kid, you know, which part of the background is going to move because it's completely drawn differently. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This is really light pencils. Another drawing of Summer with her hair down. So, and this is a good one. This is an updated, so this was in Blue Line yesterday, 1911 Kimber, and this is to scale. I haven't measured it, but I think it's a little bit larger actually than real life, but it's pretty close. Might not be, because the case it was sitting on is a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11, so this might be to scale freehand. That would be, I'm not that good. I'm really not. This isn't my art. This is Jay Arcilla, who did these covers for The Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Please check out the audiobooks here on this channel, and they're really awesome. 13 hours each of incredible science fiction and fantasy. And now here's the thing about that. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, that you have an epic sci-fi fantasy on the level of Star Wars, Game of Thrones, in any of the big ones, right? Lord of the Rings. Imagine that you have that. This is the Silmarillion. Imagine that you as a writer have that. And now, how expensive would this be to a production company? They can't afford to deal with me. I'm a psychopath. Imagine if I have something that good, I'm going to want to be involved every step of the way. I'm going to be a super problem. People are going to get offended by things I say. I'm nothing but a headache for them, even if it's a gold mine. So, because think about how much it would cost to buy that. Imagine how much it would cost to buy that without it having been published, without it having built an audience first. So that's why I need to do this. I need to build an audience. I guess John Grisham, when he first published his books, was selling them in the mall. And if I had had the money to do that, I think he had, I don't know, whatever. You'll always find a way. And this is the way for me. I've had to be patient. So instead of being able to sell my books in the mall, print a whole bunch of them and sell them to an audience that's mostly playing video games, I've been patient and learned how to do video games. It's not like I've been idle. So I took my writing skills and I've moved them to 2 other medium now, to comics and to games. And this comic book art is, I'm so happy, excited. I'm excited every day. So we've shown off some of my art. Now let me show off some professional art from the animation studios out here in Los Angeles. And you know what? I don't remember the names of the guys who gave these to me. They're friends of my brother out here in LA. My brother plays guitar. And these guys knew that I was into animation and had come across a bunch of this stuff. I guess they were cleaning out a home of someone who'd passed away. And they gave me those He-Man prints. They gave me all these prints I'm showing off here. I bought the Aeon Flux stuff, but this other stuff was just a gift from kids who I never even really took the time to get to know. But how much time do you have? There's 10 million people in Los Angeles County. I would love to meet everyone and hang out and hear all their stories. I haven't met a person who is my enemy. I really haven't. I've trolled some people online. YouTube is getting really tight about the things I can and cannot say. They've shut down some accounts for accusing people of behaving like idiots. Maybe I shouldn't, but you know, the bar is really low right now. Anyone who can speak suddenly thinks they have, well, myself included. So if that isn't the kettle calling the pot black, or however that saying goes, the pot calling the kettle black. That's Kirk and Spock. Look at that. And some kids just gave this to me for free. I mean, we were cool. Their eyes nice. So another one of Captain James T. Kirk. I loved this cartoon. Cartoons of the Mike Tyson mysteries. I don't know about you guys, but I dream in cartoon. So, like for me, cartoons are just, look, check out these Ewoks. I think those are the Ewoks. They're very colorful Ewoks. So yeah, like this stuff is just happy forever doing this. And it's frustrating to see the culture being turned the way it has been. And it's hard not to talk about that. It's hard to stay away from the culture war. I want to stay away from the culture war. I don't want to make fun of people for their ethnicities, but they are teaming up on the basis of ethnicity to attack me. So it's very hard not to. I saw a meme recently that said, let me think about this. I want to phrase it right. It says, picking up heavy things does not make you strong. Picking yourself up after hard times does. My response to this was, going to the gym and lifting up heavy things is self-imposed hard times. And then when hard times come, you can lift up not just yourself, but the others around you. So that's important. That's what the alpha channel being a mindset, to channel something. And this a frame, the alpha channel is also what you see through. So this is really cool. This is a magnifying frame. So I can magnify my notes for my failing eyesight. And makes it smoother to talk to you guys without wearing glasses, which separates me from you, even though I'm probably going to have to at some point. I saw one of the artists with this headset of magnifying glasses. I am getting one of those. I would rather do that and do traditional drawing than buy a new iPad and learn to draw digitally. And then that thing breaks and I've lost, days of work. I want to do this by hand. So enough about me. Let me talk about you. I don't know anything about you, but I do know that working in good times as if they were hard times, like here's one of the things that Alex Hormozy says about the gym. Like people will come and to sign up and they give objections, right? He's doing sales, even though he's trying to help them reach their physical fitness goals. And they'll say, well, I just don't have the time. Things are really stressful right now. And he would say to them, and this is a great objection, he said, I'm glad you talked about that now. I'm glad you brought that up. If everything was perfect for you, this would be a lot harder because hard times are going to come. You're going to have them. And if you can't stay healthy through those hard times, you're not going to be at your best to help the people around you. Hard times are when you need to be exercising the most and stay. That's when your fitness is really important. Is when everything else around you is falling apart. That 40 minutes in the gym can be what you need to reset yourself and help you deal with the rest of your day smoothly and efficiently. So hard times are the best time to start working out because if you can do it then, you can do it when things are easy. So that's important. That is Alpha Channel. That is, no one's coming to rescue you. You are the rescue team. The people around you are looking for you to rescue them. Everyone is drowning right now because we have someone pushing the ceiling down and raising the water level deliberately. So America, I said this yesterday, America is number three on the communist hit list, being Russia. They murdered Tsar Nicholas and his family in the basement. That was an ethnic murder. It was not an ism, it was ethnic murder. That's why they hate Russia so much. Second one was China. They killed 30 million people. And they used an ethnic Chinese as a puppet, but this was a genocide perpetrated by an ethnic enemy of the Chinese. If you look up everyone who was on the communist group behind Chairman Mao, they were all of one other ethnicity. These people are criminals. They're a criminal cabal ruling the world. I use the word cabal deliberately. So, number 3, America. Are we going to have 30 million dead, like the Holodomor in Russia and the Chinese communist murders? Are we going to have Pol Pot killing fields? Are we going to? So yeah, are we going to have 30 million dead in America? I certainly hope not. I want to make comics, not propaganda. I want to make comics, not war. I want to make my own propaganda. The title for yesterday's video was, "Don't buy their propaganda, make your own." Don't buy their lies, tell your own. That's what we're going to do. We're going to tell lies about you. We're going to exaggerate all your crimes the way you've done to us the way you've done to every other ethnicity. We're going to make you look so bad, and it's going to be so much fun. This is I Declare War. That's my true name. I Declare War. It's a cultural cold war going to be played out in comics. So these people are not your friends. Find out who Unit 8200 is. Tony Robbins. This is awesome. I devoured a ton of free Tony Robbins stuff online, and I want to take a couple minutes. This might be where I close this today. I'm going to try and do these shorter, like 10 minutes instead of 30 minutes. I watched a ton of Tony Robbins, and I only saw him say one thing that could actually help people. So I'm going to give that to you free today. Here is I don't know how many hundreds of hours of Tony Robbins condensed into one 3-rule activity that you can do. This is one action that you can take. It has 3 parts. It's a recipe. 1, what are you thinking about right now? 2, how does that make you feel? 3, what are you going to do about it to change it? So if you don't like what you're experiencing, that's due to your thoughts. So look at your thoughts and decide, do you like how they make you feel? And 3, change them. Go listen to music. Go exercise. Just sit and breathe deeply. You know, they say if you can slow your breaths to 1 to 2 breaths per minute, you'll hear the voice of God. That's not that hard. Think about that. That's not that hard. If you work your breaths, inhale, pause, exhale, pause, you can gradually expand that. 4-second inhale, 2-second pause, 4-second exhale, 2-second pause. Then stretch that out. 8-second inhale, 8-second pause, 8-second exhale, 8-second pause. If you can do 15-second inhale, 15-second pause, that's 1 whole minute. Bump it, bump it, bump. If you can do 8, that's 2 breaths per minute, and you'll hear the voice of God. If you can slow your breath to 8 seconds inhale, 8-second pause, 8-second exhale, 8-second pause, you will begin the fog in your mind will clear, and you'll have a better communication with the divine, your own divine nature. I can speak to this from personal experience. I do it whenever I'm having trouble. So Tony Robbins, what are you thinking about? How does it make you feel? What are you going to do to change it? You want to hear the voice of God? Slow your breaths to 1 to 2 breaths per minute. I love you guys. Let me see if I have anything else I want to say before I get my channel shut down off of YouTube. So, do you understand what Alpha Channel really is? It's constant tactical awareness. Be prepared to make your last stand at any time. Be prepared to save someone at any time. A really great cartoon that I never watched, but a friend, Gabriel Casillas, whose art I've shown off here on the channel already, told me about, called Yu Yu Hakusho. I've used the theme for this cartoon throughout my writing. He told me about this in 2000, maybe 1999. Probably before some of you guys were born. Yu Yu Hakusho was a young kid who was constantly in trouble at school, and he saw a toddler out in the street about to get run over by a car, and he jumped into the street, rescued the toddler, pushed them out of the way. He was hit by the car and killed. And in that moment, the Valkyrie appeared, the divine angels, and they said, "You are a special individual. You're going to work for us." So he was promoted, and he became, like a angel helper. But so that became a big part of a lot of my stories. Someone willing to sacrifice themselves to save another person is a unique being. And if you're not that, try to become that. And be in a situation where you're capable of rescuing other people, not just looking out for yourself. What does a good bank account do for you? How does a good bank account help you if you see someone trapped somewhere and you need to be at your best to get them out of that situation? I mean, I guess you can help pay their medical bills later. But, you got to be healthy. You got to be healthy. You have to be at your best all the time. You never know when someone's going to need you. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.